So it all hinges on this. They need a draw to progress. It is a teasing game of football right on the very edge. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. They are already looking forward to life at the business end of this competition. This, a job that just needs finishing off.
Well, Peter, this is nothing to do with good fortune now. This team is here on merit, and if they can sustain their level of performance, it's hard to see anything other than the right conclusion to this group stage. However, and I have to address the other potential outcome and remind everyone that concentration has to be their best player for the duration, or else.
We are just getting started. There's the shot! Goal, Brazil! And we have liftoff! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Para o Brasil, aos 5 minutos do primeiro tempo, pelo jogador, camisa 39.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
That's the way you go about things if you want to qualify. It's superb.
Oh, it's played. Getting up there! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today.
He's had it taken off him. Begin. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Robertson just loves to go forward whenever he can. McTominay tries a shot! Oh, he certainly caught him there. It's a free kick.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
McTominay! Savinho. It's an inviting looking ball, that. That has been cut short. Now it's João Pedro. That has been slung wide. Lovely bit of skill. Foot in. Doak defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Well, that's surely a foul, free kick. And that's going to be a booking. McTominay. It's a really well-measured ball. He's picked his way through. And the ball is out of play. Dope. Bruno Guimaraes. Gabriel. And it's Danilo. And Savinho. And it's Paquetá. Now it's João Pedro. He shifted it to the flank. Takes a shot! But he's left disappointed.
Well, it wasn't the worst decision, really. He certainly had enough belief.
He's gone for goal! Robertson. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. McGinn. Robertson. He's in a great position here. Wriggles his way through. And Savinho. Lucas Paquetá. McGinn. Played out to the left flank. This is a promising build-up. Now it's João Pedro. Goes for a shot! Oh, well hit, very well hit actually. In with the challenge.
Brazil can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Adams, good running, strong and purposeful. Knocks it into space. Chance for a shot! That is decidedly lacking.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Alexandro. Martinelli. Now it's João Pedro. Now it's Savinho. Showing good feet. McGinn. Danilo. And Savinho.
Teremos minuto de acréscimo.
Bruno Guimaraes looking to add to his goal. Now it's João Pedro. Now it's Savinho. Oh, look at the space here. Oh, shooting chance! It's a decent watch, a frantic watch. It is half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Brazil coming in at half-time, leading by 1-0.
There's plenty of positives to take, despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front, perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Brazil are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for. So 45 minutes from now, we will have a much clearer picture of it all. Brazil currently ahead by the smallest of margins. Marquinhos. Alexandro. He's looking wide. Martinelli. And it's Alexandro. Lucas Paquetá. Lucas Paquetá shoots! And that's a good finish. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Some heroic goalkeeping. but even that couldn't save them this time.
Oh, that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
Oh, that's fabulous. Cross into the box. He's done well to get that clear. Aims beyond the defence. Decent chance! Martinelli.
Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
And it's Guimaraes. Lovely pass, but can he get there? No, he wasn't going to let him past. Bruno Guimaraes. Spread it left. He's under a lot of pressure there. And it's Guimaraes. Played out towards the right wing. That's going across goal.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
McGinn. Now it's Adams. Now it's McGinn. Oh, that's well spotted. Danilo. Bruno Guimaraes. For Martinelli. Lucas Paqueta. Alexandro. And it's Guimaraes. And he shoots! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Bruno Guimaraes just can't be faulted for taking on the opportunity. That sort of distance is usually up his street. Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And he'll shoot here! A real chance and a real let-off.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
This might spell shot a goal! And he couldn't finish.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender. Stay onside.
And the shot! And he's hit it long. Hanley. And it's lofted through here. Chance to shoot! And again! And yes, it's there! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
Camisa 17.
Scotland choosing to make the first change.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Scotland cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
Dope. He is through here. And that's been drilled in. He's had a shot! And he hits the net. Scotland are all square. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, from a defensive perspective, Peter, that's a really poor one to give away. Yes, the movement was very good, but the defence made it way too easy.
Camisa 20.
Scotland making further changes here, and in quick succession.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Well, what a game we have on our hands here.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
He leaps, has fallen kindly here. Goal, Scotland! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, you might think I'm being a bit harsh, Peter, but I just can't help the feeling that the keeper should have done a better job. Full stop.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Scotland have their lead.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Moments left, barely that, to avoid a shock defeat now.
Brazil really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
He's having a hit! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. He's got away. Tierney making a dash for it. He's free, he has got space. And the shot! And there's a goal! And surely that does it! Perfect time! Decisive strike! That was easy, almost too easy.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Brazil are out. Just not good enough. They've barely got a foothold in the competition before slipping out of it. So finally it is here, the grandest event
Hello,
in world
everybody, and
football.
welcome to
It is
today's
time to dream again. A statement win would do very nicely for either side, and perhaps more for the loyal following that are present today, this being undoubtedly for some the journey of a lifetime. Everything perfectly set for what we hope will be a memorable opening day fixture. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So 4 years in the waiting, and finally it is here.
Well, right now the players are looking relaxed enough. Inside they might be feeling a little bit different, but they've got to set the right tone for the rest of the competition, and let's hope we get a cracker here.
So straight into the action. This then the greatest show on the grandest stage. Tries to play it through.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And it's made its way to him.
That's going in strongly.
Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. He's shifting through the gears here. Great vision. And that's played in low. He's played it long. And he cuts out the supply. Kubo is making a start here. I wonder what sort of a role is he expected to play, Jim?
Well, his movement's superb, Peter, and he times his runs to absolute perfection. So
He's having a hit! And he has kept it out somehow.
really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
That should get the job done. Japan have the chance to go the other way. Nicely shaped ball. And he's there to clear it. Can he get on the end of this? Thinks about the shot. Japan yet to have an attempt on goal. Tanaka. He's looking wide. Reinders. Now it's Marlon. Always goal side. Spread it left. Well, that has not gone well. Ito. Nagatomo. Kubo. Not the most accurate pass. That pass isn't the best. Here's found Marlon! And that's another fine save.
Great stop from the keeper. That was something else. He's definitely coming out on top at the moment.
It's loose now and they want to get it back. And now they can spring out of defence. Gravenberg. Tries one from range. It's anyone's ball now. Oh, what has happened here? There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Kubo. Now it's Doan. Doan steaming forward at pace. And here's Kubo. Takes a shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Kubo is offering a wry smile there.
And he's managed to get free. Tanaka. Ito. Maida. Now it's Kubo. Now it's Doan. Kubo. Cleared without hesitation. Somerville. He's a sharp little ball here. Gravenberg has it in a wide position. Real chance! And he nearly went all the way.
Well, I'm glad he took the opportunity to run with the ball when the chance came about. That's the kind of positive thinking they need right now.
Reinders plays it short. Oh, this looks sharp. Japan are looking to go forward now. Marlon. Showing great feet there. Tries a shot! Maida. And it's Kubo. And he's been shifted off it. And that brings the first half to a close. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. So very little to report. Nothing indeed in terms of goals scored.
After all that probing and testing the waters, here's hoping for a more open second half.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock. The score 0-0. The second half is up and running.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Now it's Marlon. Can he get it through?
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Somerville is fouled. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Tomiyasu. Itakura. Ito. And Kubo. Tanaka. Tomiyasu. De Jong cuts it out. Reinders. Now it's Marlon.
That
He's
was
got
lovely,
away.
that.
And here's Gakpo. Nicely weighted ball.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Kubo under intense pressure.
Well, he's a source of potential trouble, so tight marking just has to be done.
Maida. And he's gone searching crossfield. So we've reached the hour mark. And still we await the first breakthrough. Kubo really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Maida. Maida venturing down the left. Driving forward. That's very neat. Chance, surely! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Absolutely, they're certainly not as big as those trying to stop them. And now a sudden chance to counter. Tomiyasu. And Tanaka. Ito. It's a pretty loose pass. Marlon is onto this. Kubo. Maida. And it's Kubo.
The Netherlands couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Duan. That is ended up in no man's land. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Kubo. Played out to the left flank. Pass somewhat off target. The Netherlands are looking to break at pace. That has been slung wide. He's found a way through. And that's been drilled in.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Now it's Kubo.
Well, they've got one eye on the clock, but the balancing act is very fine at this stage. Go for it, and it could backfire. Sit back, and it may be at a price.
De Jong. And he's there to retrieve it. Now it's Gakpo. He's picked his way through. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Somerville.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Now it's Gakpo. Referee's given a throw. Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Crosses it, towering header! Oh, he's done it! Has he won it? He just might have won it! Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and made it perfectly.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
The Netherlands now on the verge of victory. And that'll be the end of that. A poor start, verging on disastrous. This most definitely not what they were envisaging. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, it's the start they didn't want, but it doesn't have to mean there's no chance of recovery. There's still plenty of points to turn things around, although I must add, much less room for error now.
Unlucky, lads. Let's hope for better luck next time.